Okay, Coach Heffernan. The second Heffernan, Coach Heffernan, that I've actually I interviewed one of your uncles, the young uncle, the twin uncles.
Brendan
Brendan.
or Pat? Brendan, yeah.
Brendan, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Brendan's at Marist?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I interviewed him. I've interviewed your uncle at Illinois. Your dad,
Can't get my dad.
Your dad's the white whale, man. I can't get that guy.
Good luck. It's not happening.
I don't think it's happening.
No.
Okay, but so we got St. Ed's has got some guys here. You're a
Yeah.
St. Ed's alum.
Yeah.
It's very odd me seeing you in these colors, though. Back in these colors, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk Mount Pleasant, Michigan.
Yeah.
5 years?
5 years, yeah.
5 years.
Yep.
You go from Mount Pleasant, okay, make the NCAA tournament in your hometown, which I never got to
cool.
talk to you there.
Yeah, it was cool.
Tough injuries last year.
Yeah.
But you still get to the tournament.
Yeah.
But what's it like going from Mount Pleasant to one of your rivals, Ohio University,
Yeah.
Athens, Ohio? What's the transition like been for you?
It's been so far. It's been going smooth. As far as like the location, Mount Pleasant and Athens, obviously a little bit different geography, location wise, but like still a similar size school, similar size town, which I really like. The town really revolves around the campus, which I love about OU and I loved about CMU. The wrestling wise, I'm still kind of getting used to it. Just being under that Borelli system for 5 years is definitely you get some things drilled into your head, and now that I'm on under a different system with Joel, kind of seeing things differently and kind of just making adjustments. And I'm really thankful and excited for the opportunity to just kind of partake in a different system for once.
Is there the most likable guy
Yeah.
in college wrestling?
Yeah.
Joe Greenlee.
I don't know if I've ever met anyone that doesn't like Joel. Same goes the other way too. Joel pretty much likes everyone he come in contact with too. He's just a big, happy, friendly guy. He's always making friends with people. Everyone, you walk around the convocation center at work, everybody knows his name. He knows everyone else's name. Everyone always, he's always joking with everybody in the building. It's how he is.
The guy's just, he's a positive guy. He's a
Yeah.
happy guy. He's a jolly
Always.
guy, as
Exactly,
I like to say.
yeah, always.
He's just a happy, jolly guy, happy-go-lucky. The systems are very different, whereas Coach Borelli, you're doing Coach Borelli's system. This is
Yeah.
how it's going to be.
Yeah.
And he's very particular, like you said.
Yeah.
There's things that are drilled into your head.
Yeah.
How do you handle that? And your dad's pretty particular.
Yeah.
He's almost Borelli-ish. With,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I guess, like you said, my dad was like that a little bit in high school, so I kind of had a background with it. And then, Tom, everything is so structured, which I think a lot of kids need. And the type of kid that has had success at Central under Tom, needed that structure. I think that's part of his environment. He grew up in a military family, went to a military school, so that's kind of how Tom operates. Everything is so structured on the dot, times, boom, 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 things drilled in your head, which I loved it too. But being at OU now, Joel's a little bit different. There's a lot less structure, and it's more so, you figure some things out on your own, which I think is good. I think we need, our guys need that, because sometimes, you go to college, you have to figure out things on your own. I think he brought me in a little bit to kind of get different perspectives a little bit, because Colt's been there. I think this is Colt's 4th or 5th year at Ohio now. I think he wants to say, CMU's been a force in the MAC for how long, almost 20 years, whatever.
98,
yeah.
97, 95, I think
Yeah,
they started.
exactly. So, I think he brought me in and said, they're doing something right up there. Let's bring some elements of what they're doing up there down to Ohio U, which I think I'm doing a good job of, kind of mixing my opinions with Joel. But I think, we're on the right track right now with what we're doing, the way we're training. I'm excited about how our guys are handling and buying into what we're doing and what we're preaching. So it's an exciting time to be at Ohio U right now.
Are you healthy right now? Like from last year, was it shoulder?
Yeah, so I had shoulder surgery April 5th, a couple weeks after the MAC, after the NCAA tournament. So actually I just got cleared medically 6 months out from that. So that was kind of a hassle. I separated my shoulder at Vegas, and I was out for 2 months with that. Came back, as I was coming back from that, tore my labrum in my shoulder and had to have surgery a couple weeks after the NCAA tournament, so I missed more time with that. So I had one shoulder injury right after another at this season.
Your shoulder's already weak. So it's
Yeah, exactly.
So how do you feel now? You feel good now?
Yeah, it's great. Feels like I got a new shoulder.
Well, that's nice. Getting new joints is nice.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of which, I've
Yeah.
been watching, you're a St. Ed's guy. I've been watching, some of these guys out here. First
Yeah.
off, I know you guys aren't getting Andonian.
Yeah.
That dude's an animal,
Yeah.
and your dad's his coach. Your dad
Yeah.
your dad has and always, and as long as you've known Price since you were a little kid, he's run St. Ed's.
Yeah.
Your dad is the workout guy. He runs the room.
Yeah.
Urbis was always been the paperwork guy,
Yeah.
the motivation guy,
Yeah.
and the saint, the father figure
Yeah.
that everybody loves, right?
Yeah.
Your dad's the room guy.
Yeah.
He's the room general.
Yeah.
No, I don't think people know that though.
No, I mean, yeah, pretty much. He's always the guy, kind of structuring how we trained, who puts the schedule together. Urbis is great. He's always been, like you said, like everything you said about Urbis is fantastic, and you can't replace what he brought to a program. But as far as kind of day-to-day operations within the room, it's always been my dad a little bit. Now Danny Gonzer does a fantastic job. He's doing more and more in the room every day, and anytime I can get back, Danny's doing more in the room. And Mike with the factory helps out so much with that now too. And I think that takes a lot of kind of not responsibility, but takes a lot of the work out of my dad's shoulders, and those guys are doing a great job in there right now. And there's so many other guys that show up and help in the room. At any given day, there's 10 alumni, working out with the guys, even if they're not in college right now. Guys that just are working. There's so many coaches in there that are helping him out in the room, and just want to see St. Ed's do well.
Speaking of which, Hammer Camp.
Yeah.
So the guys here they're off the chart.
Yeah.
We got a couple number ones. Guys who are just they're out of their minds. They're really tough.
Yeah.
What are you looking for? What's Joel talked to you about? What's Colt talked to you about? What are you looking for when you're looking for a future Bobcat? What do you want here? What do you recruit for?
Everyone here is good, so you kind of got to figure out what separates guys and what's going to work at Ohio U. Being, at a MAC school, smaller environment, obviously not in the big stage. We're not the biggest school out there, but so we're looking for, hard-nosed guys, tough, guys that have great work ethics, guys that are good in the classroom, which is kind of different from what I'm looking at here, but just guys that fit what we're looking for. Like I said, we want guys that are goers, guys that work hard, got to show up, put the nose to the ground every day, looking to do extra workouts, looking to do stuff, always having that, trying to get that edge day to day. So that's, I think, what we're looking for at Ohio U is just hard, tough-nosed guys. So I think from what I see out there, there's a couple guys like that out there, and I think that's the way Joel was in college. I think that's the way Colt was, and I hope that's the way I came off the tom in college too. So I think all three of us had the experience of that we could back that up and get those type of guys at Ohio U.
All right, not the experience you wanted in Cleveland,
Yeah.
right? You go in there injured,
Yeah.
okay, and it's a tough NCAA tournament, but you get to leave.
Yeah.
In a Central Michigan singlet in Cleveland.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
It was awesome. It was just really cool to be, in the Quicken Loans Arena. I grew up watching LeBron James in that arena. I got to go down there and, walk around the hallways and, go see all that stuff. And it was just kind of like, Wednesday morning when we worked out there, I had to get it out of the way because I couldn't have it when I walked out there to wrestle. I was just kind of like, shoot, this is awesome. You know what I mean? This is something you work your whole life for, to get to wrestle your last, you finish your career in front of your home fans, your family, everyone that has supported you throughout your whole career. It was just, for me, that was such a surreal moment. My whole family was there. I had friends from high school that were there. And to finish that out, a CMU singlet in front of my friends and family was awesome. And the MAC tournament was at Central too, so that worked too. And I got to wrestle my last conference tournament at our home campus, and I got to wrestle my last match ever in Cleveland. I actually have a beef with the NCAA about that. They're seeding everyone now in the NCAA.
Yeah, now the year after.
Yeah, I don't know if I
because
would.
now you wouldn't have been 33.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have
Right,
wrestled the
because
guy I wrestled
you wouldn't have
first
had
round.
golf, right? And I remember kids were asking you, what was that like? Or somebody actually, like a little kid said something to you, like because they're little.
Yeah,
kids.
I was a kid. I can't remember.
What did
it
he
was.
say to you?
Oh man, I can't remember.
Something. What's
so
it like
we were hitting some move or something in camp, and he's like, "Hey, I think I watched you wrestle the NCAA," and I'm like, "Oh yeah." I was like, I'm like, it probably didn't go that well, and he said something like, "Yeah, you got your butt kicked by the Penn State guy or something." I was like, "All right, man." Like that's something real good to hear. Kid, you're trying to teach technique at a camp, and a little probably 10 or 12-year-old said that to you. It was pretty funny.
But hey, that's a way to go out. You're in Cleveland.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have no regrets with it. I didn't get what I wanted, but I know honestly I can look myself in the mirror at the end of the day and say I put everything I could in there. And just some things don't work out. That's all right, But I have the experience, and hopefully I have a better coaching career than I do wrestling career.